the shift that we feel is the growth that we're supposed to be experiencing. I don't know why I always get nervous every time I come back on here trying to do these videos. That's how you know that it's been way too long and I should have been back. Anyways, hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today is the start of one of the new series that I want to do on my channel. But I remember when I first started my channel, one of the first types of videos I did was called like solo chats, and basically that's where I went on a little solo date and I would just talk about whatever I wanted to talk about at the time. I think I only did one, and that's when I was talking about the fear of being alone, and the pizza was okay, it was a little mid, but I still like my pizza. No hate to them. If y'all want to sponsor me, let me know. Anyway, to switch up the content, I just want to start bringing that back. And no, I'm not necessarily on a solo date right now. I'm actually gonna go for a walk after this video. It is super early in the morning, but I feel like in this heat, this is the way to go, is to get up early, super in the morning. I would have went a little bit earlier, but I digress. Anyways, today's video is the start of a new series called the Solo Date Chats, where I just chatted up and really talk to y'all about my personal feelings and opinions and thoughts of things that I'm going through like right now, and not things that I've had like experience with or things like that. So today's video specifically is about fear and growth, and I feel like this is a good start to kick off this series. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is because I wanted to tell y'all where I've been at and like what I've been really feeling over the times that I haven't posted. So where I've been trying to work on a lot of personal goals that I've had, just figuring out life, you know, being a young girl in her 20s and trying to live life and navigate that, because nobody knows what they're doing, especially not me, because I'm not perfect at all. So I've been living life, been traveling a little bit, having fun with my family and stuff like that. So I just been spending time with them, but I've also been trying to get my mind right, if I'm being completely honest. In this time that I've just been off of YouTube, I've really been going back and forth with myself, and I cannot tell y'all how many times I've thought of specifically doing what I'm doing right now. I think I should do this, but I'm not sure. I think this is what I'm supposed to be doing, but I don't know how it's gonna come across. So eventually I just did nothing because I was just afraid, and that's where I want to talk about fear. I've been afraid to go with this shift that I've been wanting to do. I've been feeling a shift in my spirit for like several months, and I remember when I first started my channel, how I started off with like lifestyle content and stuff like that, and then eventually I switched over to making the type of content I make now, like self-love content, confidence content, stuff like that. And I remember feeling the same type of urge and like nudge to shift my content a little bit, and I can always remember how scared I was to do that. But then I realized it's essentially the same exact thing, but now I'm doing it on a more personal and a little bit of a bigger and more riskier scale, at least to me in my head. And because I've been wanting to shift, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out like which direction exactly I wanted to go into, because you know, I want to stay true to what a lot of people know me for and what people have subscribed to my channel for, but I also feel like I've put myself in a box. When I first started my YouTube channel, I thought that it would be a lot of other people that would put me in a box and like try to make me stay doing how to love yourself and how to gain confidence. And you know, I can still do all of those things, but you know, the more I created content, the more unsatisfied I felt with it. And not only because I'm a perfectionist, but just because I really care about what it is that I'm putting out there and what it is that I'm doing. So I guess I am. Well, I know I am, but that's besides the point. It's so many videos since my last one, and every time I go back into it, I'm like, okay, it was cool filming it, it was fun, I guess, but then I go in to edit it and I'm like, I didn't say something, or I could have said this better, or it seems like I'm not really trying. And because I really wasn't, I was just trying to do it because that I felt like that's what I had to do. But now my shift is I want to move in a direction that's more personable to me. I want to be able to relate more, people to understand what I'm feeling, and maybe you can feel understood and seen if you're going through the same things I'm going through, or just really dive into the same topics and lessons that I usually go over on my channel, but making it more personal. Because you know, I'll kind of like brush over some stories. They'd be like, oh well, I had an example where this happened, because I don't really like telling my business like that. But I feel like in order to really make an impact that I want to make, or really feel like I'm doing what it is I'm supposed to do, that this is the direction that I need to go. I need to be more personable. And I don't try to put on the act like, oh, I'm so mysterious and stuff like that, but I really am. I'm a very, very private person. I don't like to put my business on the internet. I don't wear my problems or my heart on my sleeve. I try to do the things that I feel like I should be doing in order to be successful and to focus on the things that really need to be focused on. This is not saying that I'm ever neglecting my feelings or how I feel or anything, but sometimes there just has to be a balance of both. And I feel like sometimes, or at least in the past maybe 6 months, anytime I did create content, I felt like I was pushing that side away because I wanted to stay in this box. And I thought, like I said before, that somebody else would put me in the box, but no, it was really me that did it. So I'm doing something that I'm very scared of and getting out of my comfort zone. And you know, I preach that to y'all all the time. So this is me really actually doing it. Like, I don't really have a script, so I'm probably just rambling, but I feel like that's what it's supposed to look like now. It's not supposed to be super organized. Of course, I'm gonna have my points and stuff, and it has to be cohesive, but I'm not gonna force it to be like perfect anymore. So like I touched on before, what's scaring me right now is the fact that like I'm such a perfectionist and I care about what I'm doing and I want it to be quality. Like, I might not post as much, but I always try to make sure that my videos are like really good or at least valuable to somebody, right? Like, when I first started, I always wanted to make sure that my video touched one person, and you know, that's still my goal, but I really want it to be valuable to people. So I'm a perfectionist, and what I've learned personally is that being a perfectionist is only me like distracting myself for trying to deny the inevitable or like just procrastinate because it's like, oh my god, well, I'm so overwhelmed, I don't really know what to do, so I'm just gonna not do anything. Because if it's not perfect, I don't want to do it at all. And that is self-sabotage. And I've really had to be hard on myself about it. It's like, you preach this and you preach that, but then you go home and you deal with self-sabotage. And it's not because I want to be self-sabotaging myself. It's just a defense mechanism, which leads me into my next point of I'm afraid of being seen. Because it's like, yeah, you know, I got on YouTube when I was like 18, fresh out of high school. I'm like, okay, I want to be on YouTube because I've always wanted to do YouTube since I was like a teenager. I want to impact people and I want people to see my life and stuff like that, but I also still want to stay private. I do want to stay private, but I want to be able to impact and influence somebody in some type of way. But you know, as you get older, you start to see that sometimes you need more than just being known. Like, especially like if you have relationships with other people, like friends, family, boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever, you desire to be seen and you desire to be understood, and you want people to know what's going on in your mind and how you feel and how they can relate to you and see you as a human being, not just somebody that has things like perfectly together. One thing I will always say is that I'm not perfect. I don't have anything together. It doesn't matter how I come on here looking. It doesn't matter if it seems like what I say and I have it all together. I don't. I'm just a girl like everybody else, okay? I don't have it together, okay? So I'm afraid of being seen and letting my guard down, but I had to realize like that is a defense mechanism and it is a trauma response to all types of things. Like, I've had experiences where, you know, I'll tell people things and then they'll use it against me, or if I try to tell people my feelings, they'll say that I don't feel that way and invalidate my feelings, or try to say that I'm delusional and I make stuff up and I'm crazy. And I'm sure plenty of people can relate to that feeling. So, you know, I just kept it all to myself, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm just a misunderstood type of person. And you know, I don't wear it on my sleeve like, oh, I'm just so misunderstood, trying to be like a sad boy type personality. And if that's you, no offense, I'm just saying, I've never been that type of person to go garner sympathy and empathy from people. If people see me and then they feel empathy or sympathy for me, then that's just what it is. But most people don't understand me. And what's crazy is one of the reasons why I even got onto YouTube was because I wanted to be heard, and because I wanted other people to feel like I seen them, and because I wanted other people to feel like they were valuable and that they were important and that they were enough and that they could be confident and love themselves. Like, I have so many reasons why I started YouTube, but that's one of the reasons. So if I'm trying to make other people feel like that, why can't I feel like that myself? It's so incredibly intimidating to try to let your guard down, especially online, because anything you say could be used against you and try to invalidate your experience or what you're saying. And I've had experiences with that too, where I'm clearly know what I'm talking about. Then somebody who thinks they knows it all tries to come in and say that I'm wrong. I don't like that. But that's besides the point. So I realized that if I want to impact people the way that I want to, if I want to be seen the way I want to, if I want people to be heard and valued and feel relatable to people that I have to open up more and let my guard down and really let people know exactly who I am. I'm not just Sav's Corner, the content creator. I'm actually a person with real feelings and with real experiences. Like when I put the camera down, y'all, I'm still a human being. And that's what I need people to understand, because I've gone through phases around people that make me feel like I'm not a human and that I don't have feelings and that my feelings don't matter and that I just deserve to be punished. It's easy to get stuck in that cycle of like feeling like you're the victim because of everybody, and it'll kind of jade you and skew your vision of reality when everybody is making you feel this big. That's one of the whole reasons why I do the content that I do, to make you feel like a whole person again. Because who is anybody to make you feel small? Because I was acting like such a perfectionist when I wasn't creating content, or if I was and then I was scrapping the videos, I felt like this unfulfilling, like numb type of feeling, like you know what you're supposed to be doing but you're not doing it. And I would think about it all day, every day, and that's how you know that you're supposed to be doing something. When you think about something all day, every day, and you know that this is a positive thing that you're just probably afraid of, that's how you know that you are supposed to be doing that thing. You never stop feeling stagnant and you never stop feeling stuck until you actually do it. Perfectionism is procrastination in a pretty box, basically. And it's just resisting what you know is inevitable. Because whether you doubt yourself or not, whether you say the right thing or not, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. Whatever shift you're feeling called to do, the shift is the becoming. I've learned that the shift I always feel is what I'm becoming. Just like the first time I switched up my content, that was who I was becoming at that time. So now I'm becoming somebody else. And it's either I shift or I stay stuck. Either side, you will always go through stuff. At least the side where you're actually doing something, you'll be benefiting from it. But when you make your content and when you move to a new city and you get the new job or whatever it is that you feel called to do, you will feel so much better and you will feel more aligned with it. And it's like your soul will take a deep breath. Like, for example, now that I've made this video, now I don't have to constantly be thinking about it. But we have to stop trying to be perfect, especially me. We don't have everything figured out. We won't always say the right thing. We will forget to put certain things in our videos, or we will forget to do certain things. We won't always make the right choice, but whatever's gonna happen, it's just gonna happen. And sometimes we just have to let things be and stop trying to control every outcome and then using that as a reason as to why we're not doing the thing that we're supposed to be doing. It's just an excuse. I have to be honest, that's one of the reasons why I haven't been making content. I've just been making excuses and finding more and more reasons as to why I shouldn't do it. Which leads me to my next point is, how do you know when it's genuine fear versus when it's not? You know it's not fear whenever you are trying to find every little reason and you're overthinking and you're making excuses as to why you shouldn't move forward with the thing you feel called to do, or why you shouldn't do X, Y, and Z. You look for a reason. I can't go to the gym today because I didn't get that much sleep last night. So maybe we should go to sleep earlier, right? And I'm saying that to me because that's me. I can't do this coursework in school because it's hard. Well, are we studying? Are we trying? Are we reaching out for help? Are we using our resources like YouTube University? Because you can learn a lot of things on there. There's several people that teach stuff on there. If you keep finding more excuses versus reasons to do the thing, that's self-sabotage. How do you know it's a genuine fear, though? You know it's a genuine fear whenever there are several reasons why you feel like you should not do this. It's like, say for example, me, I don't want to shift my content because I might say the wrong thing, or people might think I'm a certain type of way when I'm not, or people might misunderstand what I'm saying and take it out of context, or people might try to cancel me, or we're just not gonna see my point of view, or who does she think she is, like whatever the reason is. But there's several reasons why you feel like you can't do it or you shouldn't do it, but then you also know and you have the confidence to know that you've been through worse and you've done this before, so you know you can get through this. Because a fear can totally be paralyzing. Depending on what your fear is, it could totally be super scary. I've went through it so many times. If you've done scary things before and you've been through things, small things like this, like shifting your content or people taking what you say out of context, that's not gonna bother you because you know you have the confidence to get through it. Like when I first started my YouTube channel, yes, everybody had their opinions, but I kept doing it anyway. In December, it'll be what, year 3? So I don't care, and we have to stop letting our fear take over us. The shift that we feel is the growth that we're supposed to be experiencing. Because it's like you can grow and then you can experience a plateau. Healing and growing isn't linear. Like some days you'll be good, but then some days you'll feel like you're taking 10 steps back. It's like, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? Or why do I feel like this? But it's like, you're not supposed to be perfect and have it all together every day. One day I might be upset. Nobody necessarily did anything to me. I'm just in one of those moods because I'm a human and I have feelings. Okay? And how I'm leaning into it all is to just try it. I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know how people are going to respond to my new videos. I don't know how people are going to respond to the shift. I don't know how I'm going to respond to the shift. Hopefully, with me and for you, it's really good and everybody likes it and they appreciate it, but I can't worry about trying to make content that I feel like a lot of people would see or get a whole bunch of views. I really have to do what I feel like is the most authentic thing for me to do at the moment. I mean, if you supported me up to this point and anything I say in the future doesn't align with you, I mean, feel free to unsubscribe. I mean, that's okay. I'm appreciative of the time that you have spent with me, being here and supporting me for as long as you did, and maybe in the future we'll meet again. But I have to do what I feel called to do, and I don't know what that looks like. I'm gonna take it video by video, and I'm just gonna work on myself from the inside out more, because I feel like I've done that a lot. I just want to pour it out more. Even if I'm or you are a perfectionist, even if you have critiques, or even if you see things that might be wrong with whatever you're into or whatever you're doing, don't stop doing it. Just keep going, because what I've noticed is that when I don't create, I feel like trash. I feel like trash because I'm not serving a purpose, right? That's why it's very important for us to have a purpose and to have things to look forward to. It's important to have a why. It's important to have something to live for and something to stand on, because if you don't stand for something, you're gonna go for anything. I mean, we know that. And if you don't, you're learning it today. We have to stand on something. And I feel like my channel is one of my purposes in life. I'm gonna have to step into that and do that. No matter what it looks like, I don't know what it looks like, but I can't control the outcome. Whatever happens is gonna happen. The only thing I can do on my end is create the best content that I can create and make sure that I'm careful and let it do its thing. And you know, I'm a normal human being. Like, I struggle with doubt, self-doubt a lot, and I don't always believe in myself. And even though I might seem like, oh, I'm so confident, and it's like, yes, I do have confidence. I do, for sure. But you know, sometimes when you care so much about things and you want it to be a certain way and you want to impact people, you doubt how you're actually going to do that. You get too caught up in the details of how instead of why am I doing this. And I've been hearing a lot of people talk about this recently. It's like, stop worrying about the how you're going to do it and just do it because you're doing it for a reason. Why are you doing it? Do you love it? Do you like what you do? What's the reasoning for going after that career? What's the reasoning for moving to that new city? The career because you want to feel fulfilled in life. Moving to a new city because you want to get a fresh start and leave everything behind. Creating content like this because you want to impact people and you want to help people and make people feel seen. There's whys for everything that we do in our life. Even when we're not doing things, or we're going back down the wrong path, or we're not doing the things that we're supposed to do, there's a reason for that too. And I guess I could just end off the video encouraging you to dig deeper into what your why is. Whether it's for a positive thing or whether it's for a negative thing, dig into what your why is and use that to kind of recenter yourself and to stop being afraid. I swear this is probably gonna be one of the last things I say because I can ramble. When I first started my channel, I remember I used to doubt myself so bad, even though I was pumping out content like every single day. But I always heard that there's people out there that don't do half that you do. They do way less. They don't do it as good, but they show up. They're not afraid to do the bad job that they're doing. And this is not to say that anybody's doing a bad job. But that is a reason why you should keep growing. If you love it, do it. If you don't like it, get rid of it. All you have to do is ask yourself why. Something as simple as why. We discover so much about ourselves. We really do, and that's how we grow. People who lack self-awareness, they never sit down and ask themselves, why do I do this? Why didn't I like that? What did I like about that? They don't ask questions. So ask yourself the question, why? What am I doing this for? Why do I like to do this? Why don't I like to do this? And then you decide how that's gonna fit into your life, and then you do what you feel like you need to do. And that's where I'm gonna end this video at. Hopefully y'all liked it and found some value from it. I am gonna continue this series, and I'm gonna do another series, and then I'll keep sprinkling in some of my old content that I used to do. Yeah, I really hope that y'all stick around with me for this journey while I really figure out what the hell I'm doing, because I don't know, but I feel led to do it, so I'm gonna do it. So that is it for this video. If you found any value from it, please leave a like or a comment down below. I'm gonna go for this walk and then continue on for the rest of my day. Hopefully y'all have a good day or evening or night whenever you see this. Love y'all so much. I appreciate every one of y'all's support, and I will see y'all in my next video.